Hello there, my name is Tristan Piers, owner of an online rare plant shop called Tristanical. Check it out when you're done with this. And today I'm going to be showing you 10 rare houseplants in under 10 minutes, and I will be ranking them. So we will be starting with the lowest tiered first, and the last ones are going to be my top plants in my own opinion. Now, I understand a few things that someone's probably gonna argue with me about. I understand that this plant might not be rare where you live, but it is for me. I also understand that this is pretty biased because it's only plants that I personally grow. However, I think that actually gives me some authority with this because I've been hands-on taking care of these plants, and part of this ranking is how easy they are to care for, their growth habits, all of that jazz. So let's get started with the first plant, Philodendron mexicanum. This is gonna be the most difficult one to show you because it's actually my mother plant. Fuck. Hello. Here she is. This is Philodendron mexicanum. Obviously, you can see the leaf shape. You can see where I've cut it right here for propagations. So I really like this one because of how fast it grows, and I also really like the growth habit of this plant. Now, it is taking up a lot of horizontal space, so you definitely need to make sure you have enough room for this one. It also needs a lot of sunlight. Mine lives in a south-facing window during the summertime and gets direct sunlight through a window. Now, when the new leaves come out like this one, they have a little bit of like a coppery red on the back, as you can see. Really enjoy this plant. It's really easy to care for, and I think it grows pretty quickly. The next plant is the Florida Ghost, and I actually have a good example now. So hopefully by the time you're seeing this video, I've updated the photo on my website, because that one on my website since I launched these plants has been all green because I hadn't really given them a chance to start opening up these really lovely yellow leaves inside my shop. They do need a lot of intense light, and they get pretty warm in the daytime in my grow room to actually produce these. I like the way this grows. Now, this is a hybrid from a pedatum and a Guamafurum, I believe. If not, I'm gonna correct myself on the screen. And I actually have one of the parrot plants sitting next to me on this table. You can see the similarities, except I sometimes like this Guamafurum more because it has the fur on the stems and these ones really don't. Philodendron Florida Ghost. The next one is this, sitting right next to me. This is a philodendron, of course, Splendid. Now, this is a hybrid from Verrucosum and Melanochrysum, and it has beautiful, you can almost see how it reflects the light, beautiful dark green foliage. It likes high humidity and don't let it dry out. Other than that, it's great. So the next one is one that I have raved about before. Now, mine currently looks like shit because I have propagated it and the propagations are not doing well. I think I've lost all of my propagations. I saved the top cutting and it's currently rooting in soil. This is what a soderoy looks like. This is the most recent leaf that it was putting out when I propagated it, so the growth of it is stunted. But I really like this plant because of the silvering on it, and it almost has like a camouflaged coloring of 2 different shades of green as well as 2 different shades of like the silverish. Someone once commented asking if there were insect eggs on this, and it's not. They're sugar deposits, and this one currently actually has a lot of them right now. I don't know if you can really tell, but all of this area where my finger is covered in it. The one thing that's interesting about this plant that I've probably said before is that when it unfurls a new leaf, it keeps the caterpillar like protector on it. So it almost has like this woody appearance because of the way that it sticks on there. So I thought that was interesting, and it deserved to be in this ranking. Now, the next one is a plant that might be more rare than I thought it was because I can't find any for the shop. This is my personal plant, and this is a Philodendron hastazanum, and it is a crawling variety, which I'm starting to enjoy a lot more because I get tired of looking at little poles everywhere and having to tie things up to keep growing. This is a beautiful leaf. I just realized when I was picking this out like maybe 10 minutes ago, it had opened a new leaf, but it opened it against the wall. It was like, Hello there. You look a little chlorotic and confused. The only difference from this visually with the Gloriosum might be that this is just significantly more green, but I also think this has more of a wavy pattern in the leaves that you can see with the darker grooves showing up. It's easy to care for. It just sits in one of the trays in the plant room. And other than pressing a leaf up against a wall, it looked fine. Now we have a plant that probably should have been ranked higher, but I can't mess with my ranking now. It is the Plamanii, which is another crawling variety, just like Gloriosum, just like the Pastazanum. I have these in stock in my shop if you're interested in them. I obviously can't sell this one now because it's too long and it's not gonna properly fit in a box with the way that it's growing. But this kind of gives you a good example on how they grow. I love the leaves on these, and I also love see that? It's like little ribbons on there, kind of like on a fish. I don't know, I just thought it was very interesting. Love this plant. Now here is one that you'll know it instantly by looking at it if you're a plant person. It's rare where I'm at because of the demand, but I know that they're more common in other areas. This is a Philodendron verrucosum that is notorious for being a hybrid with a lot of plants, if you have not noticed in the plant world lately. But what's weird is I've ranked this higher than, let's say, a hybrid with it because I love the leaves of the original plant more. Don't tell me that this Splendid looks nicer than just like the original verrucosum, because this is insane. It's just very velvety and it has some dark shading on it, but the darkest parts are coming from the red on the back. Beautiful, and it has fuzz on the petiole here, similar to Squamiferum, similar to honestly a lot of other ones. Now what's weird about verrucosum is they have many different forms, and I don't think they've been distinguished from one another because I actually have quite a few of these that I'm growing up to sell in the shop, and some of them are presenting a lot different than others. Some of them don't have fur on the petiole. The specific one that I'm holding is on sale on my store right now. Once it gets to a certain size, basically longer than this pole, I will have to propagate it if it's not sold already because it'll be too long for the box. I would honestly recommend, if you're gonna buy one of these, if you're in the Portland area, just try to figure out how to buy it from me personally. You can use your credit card. I have one of those square chips I can plug into my phone because these don't ship very well, and I'd be kind of nervous honestly to ship it to you in the winter. So you can either wait till I launch more in the spring or try to buy this exact one from me in person. Oh shoot, this next one's gonna be tough because it's huge. Okay. Cause there ain't no mountain high enough. Okay, so this next one is the Philodendron glorious. The pod's heavy. This thing is huge. You can't even see the top of it. So this is a verrucosum and gloriosum. You can kind of tell with how this one has hybridized that it has a lot of leaf structure similar to the gloriosum, but unlike the gloriosum, this is a climber and not a crawler. And oh boy, does it climb, because it's already almost to the top of my moss pole that I made for it. It just decided to just go straight growth for no reason. And it's like, hello. So this is a Philodendron Majestic. Now this is a hybrid from the verrucosum and Soderoy, but this is very similar in leaf structure and coloring, honestly, to the Soderoy. I mean, hello. What's cool about the Majestic is that it has some of the redding that the verrucosum have. You can especially see it in the back there. And then sometimes I can see it in the front. It's definitely nothing crazy. Now, I was honestly shocked with how easy this plant is to care for. I have neglected it. I have forgotten to water it. I accidentally overwatered it, and it went from putting out mediocre leaves to this, and it's December. So I highly recommend these. They are very hard to find right now, and they're in pretty high demand. So the prices on my shop honestly reflect that. Now, the final one, the growth habit may not be your favorite. It's like you gave Red Bull to a plant. I'm just gonna hide in here. So this is a Paraiso Verde. Most people haven't heard of this, and I hadn't either until someone convinced me that I needed one. It's growing 1 foot per month, and I don't know what to do. I had accidentally burnt the leaves. Where's the one that I burned? Here it is, it's facing me. I hope you can see that the top is burned because it grew so fast. It grew into my grow lights without me catching it. And this opened up against the grow light. And I was like, shit, okay, I have to take it out of the plant shelves and I have to set it on the floor. One of the main reasons why I really like this plant is obviously because of the camouflage of the foliage. Yeah, this is doing well. If you really want it to look like this, you need to give it heat and a lot of light. Okay, well that was my attempt at ranking 10 rare houseplants in 10 minutes. I have no idea how long this is going to be by the time you're watching it because I have definitely gone 26 minutes and I don't know how the fuck that happened. I do hope this was informational for you. If anything, I hope it gives you an insight on some new philodendron varieties that you maybe didn't know existed before and opens your eyes to something else. Thank you for watching. Check out my website if you haven't already, see what kind of plants I have in stock, and I will see you hopefully in a week. See you later. Bye.